As I start to get older and I don't really see my friends as much anymore, I realize that it's starting to become an end of an era. What I realize is that as you get older, time flies by faster, and it's actually the Weber's theory. The Weber's theory states that when you hold a 5 kg dumbbell compared to a 10 kg dumbbell, it would be very easy to tell the difference. But as we start to add more weights into it, if you are comparing between a 50 and a 55 kg dumbbell, it is much more harder to differentiate the difference because the the weight significant is still 5 kg difference. However, because there are more weight on top of it, it is harder to differentiate the significance in the difference. You get the man? So what I mean by this is, as we start to get older, our life experience is accumulated with all the life experience previously. So it's starting to get harder to find unique experiences which makes life stand out or makes a certain period stand out. So that is why all of life starts to become one big blur. So what I notice is that time flies by faster than bloody Usain Bolt. And I realize that what I used to hang out with my friends in this cafe about once a week. And then when I reflected back, the friend that I used to hang out with once a week, the last time I met him was 6 months ago, and that was last year. And this just made me realize that we are getting closer to an end of an era. Soon I'm gonna get work, my friend is gonna graduate, everyone is gonna go their own way, and then that's the end of the era. And it's very, very sad. Of course, life has to move on sooner or later, but maybe I'm just holding on to old memories. Because sometimes when we hang out nowadays, we just like to talk about the old days. Or maybe it's not healthy to do it like that. Maybe we have to go out and create new memories instead. But it is fun to reminisce about the times where we were all in high school together, and even though we are not same classes, some of us were in different classes, we could meet each other during recess, and we would all go to the toilet together. One of my friend would bring a cigarette, we would smoke it, or we would bring a vape, and then while the four of us were to vape, one person is gonna take care of the door. And the moment a teacher passed by, we would hide the vape. It is damn funny. It's a damn good experience. I remember once the teacher asked me as I was walking into the school, they had a spot check, and she asked me whether I smelled a weird smell in the toilet. She said that it smelled something sweet, like a vape flavor. So I told her that I didn't know what she was talking about. However, if I knew who it was, I would inform her directly. So she said, okay, you are a very good student. Thank you so much. What she didn't know is that the students that were vaping in the toilet were all of my closest friends. And I ain't know Takashi 69. So I guess she never knew who it was. But it was damn funny. I remember there was also one time where my friend, he went to the toilet with me, and for no reason, he decided to go into the stall, lock each stall, and jump out from the other side. There was 5 stalls inside there. He would walk into the first one, lock it from the inside, then jump out. And then he would do it again and again until all the stalls were locked. And I'm not condoning this kind of behavior, because these are the kind of behavior that would get you in trouble. And what if somebody were having a stomach ache on that day? So I'm not condoning it. However, I still question it till this day why he did it. Because he was doing it and he was laughing, laughing, laughing. And then a few days later, we heard on the speakerphone the principal state that whoever locked the door and jumped out the other side, please don't do it again. And I looked at him, maybe he had a glimpse of remorse, but he was laughing on his table, and he was dying laughing, and I don't know why, because the the person taking care of the toilet had to jump back inside to unlock the door, and I felt very bad for that person. But either way, it is still a funny memory, even though it's unnecessary. But yeah, it's just sad that the friend that jumped into the toilet and locked all the door, the last time I saw him was 6 months ago, when I used to see him almost every day. So it feels a bit melancholic thinking about it. But I guess time does have to go on. Time have to move on. We can't stick in the past forever. And I'm not saying this as if I'm someone that doesn't look forward into the future. I am looking forward to what's gonna happen next. I am looking forward to create new memories. However, there is a bittersweet feeling of thinking about those that you used to spend almost every single day with. And now you can see them maybe every couple of months only.